Well, I think I'm there. I'm alive. I've been trying to get in, and the light was all wrong. And if I do the wrong light, it just like messes up the whole thing. So I've actually had to get a new lamp just to put in here just for tonight because of the fireworks night. So I do think that I am in live. Hang on, get rid of that. Hey, Dimeball, how are you doing? Are you in already? I think I'm in, and I need people to tell me that they can see me and that they can hear me as well. All right, and then we'll explain all about the lighting and everything. So we have Dimeball, Marie. Hi, Marie. How are you doing? Laura. Steve. So, but no one's saying they can hear. Can you hear me? You got to let me know as well. Looking so beautiful. Is that me? I'm beautiful. Is that my beautiful? These people telling lies. All right, seeing here. Cool. Oh, everything's went mad. I just all the comments have flown up there, so I couldn't see it. Yeah, here's Janine sneaking in. Look, you can see it. Look, there she is.
Got my pajamas on.
All right then. Hello, everybody. All the comments went mad. But anyway, so the boxes in the background there, but it's yes, that's Janine, but it's fireworks night. All right, so like the dogs are bad, but like one of them, little Mia, who's the really little cutest one, say, she's really bad and hates the noise and hates it. So I'm up here to try and like we've got all the doors in the house locked. We've got music, everything playing everywhere, trying to drown out the noise of the fireworks, which is really bad. So I've been down the gym tonight running the classes on my own. We're mad kids, all excited for everything. For them, it's what they want, isn't it? They want their firework night and all guy folks and all of this. Pity wasn't successful and got rid of all of the bastards anyway. But there you go. So cool. Yeah, all the fireworks, poor little things. Yeah, no, Laura, none of them fine. Honestly, I mean, I've got the older one. She's sitting there asleep, totally oblivious to everything. And funnily enough, we've got we had two, like the boy died. So we've got like the Spanish Pedencos and the hunting dogs. And when we were in Spain, and they used to like take them out and hunting and shooting all the time. And but they're the hunting dogs, and they hate the noise, hate it. So anyway, hi Linda, how are you doing? But yeah, it's horrible, isn't it? Cats and dogs, and they should all be banned, in my opinion. But I mean, everyone else is different. They all want to be the I'm upstairs, but like it's like shutting the doors and like trying to like hide the noise out from everything. So I've got quite a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm hiding that, so like you can't see it. Look, you can't see what I'm sucking out onto there. And being a busy week, being a busy day, and so much going on, so many things happening, and trying to do so many different things, No, honestly, it's a different one, Nitty. I'm not telling you anything. But anyway, let's get back to it. So I've been doing a lot of calls this week, a lot of different people talking about loads of different things, trying to help loads of different people, and loads of subjects come up, and so some of these subjects are very important to us, as well as like the people that are dealing with it and talking with it. Lone Wolf, how are you doing? I know, Time Bots, like I should have been there and helped him. Yeah, hopefully, like I say, better job next time, eh? Better luck. But one of the things that we were talking about, I was talking to somebody about, was something that has been actually said for a while ago. Now, I'm talking about like the banks, right? There's a lot of stuff happening with the banks. All right. So last week, just in case you didn't know, we had one of the top people from Barclays Bank got took away for being involved with our Jeffrey. Huh? Hiya, Mary. How you doing? You all right? Good to see you here. Yeah, I think there's a lot of stuff about to go under, a lot of stuff about to happen. So I think people need to prepare and be ready for it in a lot more ways than one, which I want to talk about a little bit today. So they got, all of a sudden, comes up, boom, this top guy from Barclays, he's getting taken away, and he's disappearing because of the guy from the island, Ward Jeffrey, So he's one of his best friends, so he's doing all the bad stuff with him. So then this information is coming out. So we need to be listening to it, and we need to be deciphering it and listening to other different things. And also when I'm doing these calls and these people are telling me stuff and I'm adding it on to the little bit of the puzzle I've got from someone else, it can be a bit shocking. So I was helping somebody with stuff and blah 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 blah, and they were quite high up and involved in banking things and stuff like that. Never ends, Linda, for sure. And then, right, they had said that all of the banks have been sent this letter or note, whatever, instructions on how to do a bail-in. So a lot of term, a big term that a lot of people have heard of and know about and everything is a bailout. I.e., what apparently the government or the central bank will print tons of these false fake paper notes, stick it in the old bank and bail them out of the trouble that they're in, right? For all the debt that they're apparently in, which I've always just been bewildered about and thought was just sounded like total bullshit. It's just craziness. I mean, I know it is, but even just saying, I'm going to bail you out, and the government bails out a bank, and where does all of the government get the money from to bail out a private bank? They lend it from another private bank. Come on. So anyway, the bail-in is even worse. Okay, so I will explain. She put sellotape around that knitting so you can't see it, masking tape. But anyway, in 2007, right, when we all the crap hit for us as well, and we ended up in a bad way, right? There was a bank up here called the Northern Rock. You probably heard about it on the news. Let me know if you heard about it on the news. And everybody was queuing up outside this bank because there was no money for them to be had. They were all trying to withdraw their money. So who understands now, hopefully, by following this channel, that these banks have got no money in them? Yeah, right? The what do you call them? The holes in the walls, the card machines. They have a couple of grand in. It's not the bank put it in. It's the security guards who went round, stuffed it in. You must have seen them. They're going around in the vans, and they're putting the money in the machines, and then they go to the next one. And this is what the robbers target now. The robbers target trying to either hit the vans or hit the machines. But there's not much money in them. So anyway, but the bank itself's got nothing, man. So if you had 200 to 300 people queue up outside a bank and say, look, we all just want 2,000 each, 2,000 each. Right, Wendy. So there's somebody that took 14,000 that you lost on. That would be the Northern Rock. Was that the Northern Rock, Wendy? Let me know that. So look, they took it from everyone, and that's a bail-in. They take everyone's money. So we need rescuing, the bank I'm talking about. So we're going to take all your money that you've put into our bank. Yeah. So like what they did next, right? That was what they did in 2007. And this is just my opinion, but I'm putting these things together. This was the first, let's give it a try. Let's do it on a very small basis. Let's go up north, because they're all thick up north. And we'll do one of the northern local banks, and we'll just do a bail-in, and we'll see how it goes. And then after we've done that, then we'll go bigger. And we just need to practice to get ready for the really big crash. Right? So they did that. The next thing they did, which is they did exactly the same thing, was in 2012. Yeah, I think 2012. You can correct me or whatever, but I'm not, it doesn't matter. 11, 12, 13, but I think 12. And they did it in Cyprus, and they actually did the same thing, but the whole island took all the money, right? Yeah. And they did it to the entire banking system in all of Cyprus. I'm sure it was Cyprus. Ricky's on holiday there now. He says it's horrible. But what they've done is they took all the money out of all the banks closed, and everyone was queuing up outside the banks trying to get money. And somebody I know was actually there, living there, English, but living there. And he said that the people were waiting in this queue, and the families would give them food, and they had like picnics and everything laid up because they stayed in the queue. They didn't want to lose the place. But nobody got the money back, ever. It was gone, finished, boom, out the window. In Cyprus it was. Cool. I thought so, but good to know that I was correct. So they did it to a small bank in the north of England. Then they did it to a whole, which is a country. Fair enough, it's just a small island. And that's probably why they're doing it, building up. They're going to do it, I'm telling you now. So this lady, she, was, doing stuff and everything, like helping her with her notices, blah, blah, blah. And she went, oh, have you heard this? She's actually involved quite high up in banking, got a lot of information on how the banking system works and everything, And she said that the central banks, that's like, that owned by them lovely people, the Rothschilds, have sent this instructions and basically, let's call it a manual, how to do a bail-in, how to do it, literally A to Z, how to steal everyone's money. And they've sent it to all the banks, and they are they're ready to do it. They just need to go boom, boom, flick the switch, and away we go. Take all the money from whatever bank that they want to do it at any time. Yeah, Lone Wolf, I'm going to chat about that for sure. So, I want to touch on that, and I've made a couple of notes to make sure I don't get carried away, because I know I do. And the thing is that as well, tonight Janine's got some stuff that she needs to do. She's got some healing stuff that she's going to be going on Zoom, and I have to make sure that I'm there, to look after my little fur babies, because all these bloody fireworks and shit going off. So I need to make sure I'm there. So I haven't got too long to do everything. So I've got notes to make sure I cover everything that I want to cover tonight. So they have to go down and make sure that they're okay. And they are, especially the little one, she's very bad. So what I'm saying is on this thing we're talking about, with the banks and bailed in, they're just you don't know when this could happen. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen in a year. We have no idea. I'm not trying to pretend to know anything. I'm just saying that it would be good to start preparing yourself now rather than panicking later. So I've said it loads before, do prepping for pragmatism rather than panic. Right? Not into panic, not into worrying. So, but prep now through pragmatism, be pragmatic, be ready. doesn't matter. I mean, I'm doing it with everything, so I'm going to go through it now a little bit. All right. But if this woman works for like these, I'm talking about, I'm going to explain. I haven't got the note written down of what the name of this thing is, but I'm going to explain the investment size she was involved in, which will show you a little bit. Hopefully you'll understand, how important this is. This is not like, me and you going down and taking 50 quid out of a cash machine, So anyway, this woman has worked. I can't remember the name. I'm not going to go and look for it now. What it is there's a special investment program that is for the super elite that we would never even know about or find out about, and it's literally the super elite. Now they are allowed on this program. So, but I mean, let's just say you had 10 million pounds sterling. Let's just say that, right? And it probably have to be that you wouldn't even be looked at or allowed in, unless you had that. It's this high level, okay? So say that you've got that to invest. You can then literally, and what it is, borrow from thin air, right? 20 times what you can put in. Now, hopefully you'll all have heard me telling you about fractional banking and what they used to do, like with fractional banking, where they would keep a percentage in, which they don't even have to do that anymore. They can literally take your £1,000 and lend out £10,000. They don't have to keep a penny, right? So you give them 1,000 into, like, you think you've deposited it into your bank account. Then what they do is they've actually lent that out 10 times, £10,000 they've given out. So their banks have got like nothing. You've got nothing. And if this bail-in happens, then they'll have took it all and they'll have ran away. But me and you, we're the ones sitting there with where you got no money for food, you got no money for rent, if you rent or mortgage or whatever it is, and they'll still have the backup for all of these scumbags to come to knocking on the door going, well, where's your money? Where's your rent? Where's your mortgage? This is the plan. This is the plan, which isn't going to their plan. So don't worry. I'm not saying it's all doom and gloom. I'm not like that. It's not going to be. Okay. But this is what's going on. I'm just telling you. So we need to make sure that we're doing all these little things and juggling around on the Monopoly board. It's a Monopoly game. Okay. Which I need to cover again about later as well, which I've got a lot to do. Hopefully I'll cover it and make a quick note on there. And I'll cover that bit. Whoa. So anyway, it wouldn't be a good idea to stick all your money in a bank. I think I've got everything there. I need to be secure. I'm a good citizen. Everybody puts their money in a bank. Boom. All my money is in a bank. All right. That's if you've got any money. And not we haven't really, have we? But anyway, just say that you've got some, you want to stick it in there, and you're going to shove all your money in the bank. It's like, it's not a good idea. But what do you do with it? Because, and I've been worried and been panicking and like, not panicking, that's not right. But like, I've been like, oh, what am I going to do with this? What am I going to do with that? So it's got to be the only solution has got to be like spreading it is like around as much as you can. Now you need something in the bank, which, I mean, like, they'll not tell you when they're going to do this crap. So you need to make sure you got your direct debits and your rent and mortgage or whatever it is that you've got to do. So you need that money in. So you've got to make sure that you're doing this so that you're rolling and creating and making sure that you can live your life, as normal, right? Nothing wrong in that. And you do need a little bit of cash, right? Now, my opinion is if they do boom and crash the system, the fiat, and it is fiat, their currency, right? This was a creation. But hopefully you've seen a couple of my videos and seen that the creation of the fiat was purely control. There's no value in it apart from you. You are the value because they control you, your actions, your sweat equity, your worth, what you do to other people. They control you 100% by this carrot and stick, right? And it is a carrot and stick. You know, if you work well, we're going to give you the carrot, right? And if you don't work well, we're going to take it off you and we're going to beat you to death with it. You know, it's a carrot and stick fiat currency thing. This money is not money, right? Once we got rid, sorry about the picture of the hideous pig, but you know, once we got rid of the silver, right, and the gold, there was no money. It was all fake. It was all fake fiat currency, and they controlled you through the fake fiat currency. And this is what they're planning on doing to get rid of. I do see it getting ready. Why would the Rothschild, lovely people, central bank, send out notices of actually instructions on how to actually crash the system and do a bail-in, which means take all our money out of our accounts? We think that we've put more money in ready to pay the mortgage, the rent, the hopefully you're not paying your bills, and it better not be a bloody TV license. But and they're getting ready to just whoosh, take it all away with a bail-in. Remember that term, bail-in. Okay. So anyway, all right. I don't know if hopefully I've put a link in this. I have no idea how to do it properly. Normally when I do like the other videos, and you can put the links in and everything like this, but tell you what it is now, right? This is what I get these are silver coins, and I know you can buy you know, I've seen I went on, I don't know if you've seen him, Nicholas Vienamin or however, and I went on his show a while ago, a long time ago, maybe a year ago, and he had a big bar of silver. But what they were saying, the experts, and I listen and I follow these experts on the investment and on the gold and silver markets, and they said it's the same thing, but silver is gonna like go through the roof, right, in value. So if you've got a big bar like that, it could be literally worth overnight going from 100,000 to 1 million. Like, what could you do with it? You know, you're gonna have to get a knife and scrape bits off. So get smaller bits, right, that you could use. Just a nice little coin, little silver coin. I'm sorry it's got the head on that we don't want to see, but you know, we've got a silver coin. Now this is money. This is money. This is value. This is money, right? This is gold bullion. Can you see it without it shining? And it comes in plastic things, and you know, so whenever I've been able to over the last 2 to 3 years, probably 3 to 4 maybe, whenever I had anything, I would buy. So that's 20 grams. I can't remember how much it is now, right? That's 10 grams, and you can buy it smaller and 5 grams, and maybe it's even smaller. I don't know, but you can buy the coins. I like the silver coins, with the view of, I think, listening to all these experts, that silver is going to go through the roof, right? So it's going to grow faster than gold, is the point I'm making. So you can buy gold. I'm not saying don't buy it, right? But if it got up too high, even that little bit like that, you might not be able to, like, well, I'm thinking of how are you going to buy food? How are you going to buy anything to keep you warm, right? If all, like, think, like you say, oh, buy clothes, but what if all the manufacturing collapsed? Something big is going to be happening very soon. And I just want you to be as prepared as possible. So, you know, and I'm not telling anyone what to do. You do what you're doing. I'm going to do what I'm doing. Hopefully we're all going to get through this, but just, like, you know, let's try and help each other along the way. And I think you should be, you know, maybe doing something like that, you know. So the I think that you should have quite a lot of food ready. You know, I'm quite into, I never ever really got off with military rations, but I do know they last a long time. So because I was ex-military and been involved, I ate plenty of military rations in loads of horrible places, right? The what I've done is I've actually got myself like a well, I'm going to get some more, but I've got plenty of rations, military rations, because they will last in their packets for 25 years. You know, I would prefer to have just like over exaggerated and I would never have to use it and nothing's going to happen ever. But if something does happen and it does hit the fan, then, you know, we can enjoy military rations for a long time. So I'm going to get a little bit more, and I'm going to be prepared where I have a little bit of this, you know, and I will have a little bit of cash. Look, I'll have a little bit of like the federal notes hanging around, right, which are completely and utterly worthless, but you know, now and again food shops will take them, and they'll take them in exchange for some food. And I think as long as you're spreading it out a little bit, you got a little bit in the bank just for your mortgage and everything. And when it does collapse, don't have 2, 3, 4,000 in, and you think, oh shit, that's all I had, and it's gone. Spread it, you know. So you've got your mortgage money just in case it pays it, and once it's paid, and you've got your food in, and then you've got a little bit of currency notes hanging around in case you've got to use that, and then you've got like a little bit of this spread out now, and then a little bit of that, and then plenty food and plenty water, and then you know, that is what I'm saying that you should have. That I think it's just like kind of like sensible, isn't it? You know, and you're spreading it around. You know, there's a very it could be tomorrow, it could be a year, it could be a month, 2 months, 2 years. No one knows. Nobody knows. No matter what video you're watching, anything, honestly. Hang on, someone's just knocking on the door. Might be delivery. Hopefully it's not the old Bill. No clowns in costumes come to take me away for doing a video. It's yeah, just delivery. Do you need to handle that? Nobody coming to arrest me. Okay. Hi Vilma, how you doing? Yeah, fuel as well. Fuel, yeah. Make sure you've got like, I know someone who's got like I think they said enough fuel for about like a year. You know, anyway, I'm not going to be giving out too many secrets. But anyway, so make sure, right, that this is what we are. And, oof, really? Dime? I reckon it's already collapsed on there. I wouldn't be surprised, like, because, you know, it doesn't look good over there, does it? At all. But anyway, so make sure that we're ready in that way, and everybody can look after each other. All right. Hi, Carlos. How you doing? Good to see you as well. All right. And then listen, the communities and everything. I'm getting loads and loads of people saying, like, you know, that they've got communities ready, and that they're all meeting and talking and stuff like that. So make sure you get yourself in the communities as well. Local communities. There's loads around here now, and I'm getting asked to go and speak and do talks and stuff like that. And you know, everyone there ready, because this is what we need. We need small communities with small councils, not councils, cells, councils, where we counsel each other and counsel and set up properly, not have a council that like wants some fucking tax that you're going to take off you. All right. Okay, you get that? So just so you know, right, that's what we're talking about, like being the preparation thing. Now, I hopefully you've seen some of my videos as well about like the A for V, accept for value, using the credit notes. So let's move it on. So let's just pretend that none of that was happening, and we have to still continue living, and we have to pay the bills, and not like, and we're not going to use like, can't pay. I don't think many what do you call them would be too keen on accepting your gold and silver to go and pay your electric bill or anything like that. Hopefully that you're not doing anything like that with these bills anymore. But right, if you need something else to pay with credit or anything like that you want to use, you should be using now. I'm going to show you a different version of how to do the A for V or the promissory note. It's the same thing because it's a financial instrument. a financial instrument from the Bills of Exchange Act 1882. Now, all I can say is if there is any organization that will not accept a financial instrument from the Bills of Exchange, as long as you've done it correctly, and I'm going to change a couple of things on the way I present it, and I'm going to give you another one next week by the time I've finished doing it, and I'm going to show you how to do this new promissory note or A for V. And it's the same thing, right? But it's using the everyone will, how do you access your treasury account? How do you access your bond account or anything like that? No one's going to come and give you, oh, there's 10 million, there's 5 million. You know, that's never going to happen. But we do not own. We can't own what they created. They created your birth certificate. You don't own it, right? They created the bonds. You don't own them, right? But you can use the funds correctly if you do it in the correct way. So A for V, accept for value, that means, or the promissory note, which is both of them are exactly the same, and it is a financial instrument. They call it a financial instrument, not me. Financial instrument that offsets whatever you put it towards, literally, even buying a house. Okay, now maybe you heard me talking ages ago, and when I was literally talking with bankers, and they'd said someone had wrote a promissory note out on the side of a cow, and they had to accept the promissory note because it was done correctly. Isn't that insane? Okay, so we need to find out how to do them 100% correct, and I do know. And I have done it before, but I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to do it in a different way to present it in a different way. And it's still an accept for value, but it's a promissory note. And I'm going to try and get it done over the weekend and then put it up on the YouTube channel and whatnot. So the beginning of next week, it's up there. The promissory note on how to do it correctly, and whatnot. Slightly different way than what I had put up before. Okay. Now, I want to talk about, let's see, be careful here now, because I'm not good. Two things. One of them is debt. Where's mine? This is funny. This is so funny. I'll take it all out. It might look a lot of paper, you know, and going through, but I haven't got like tons and tons of debt, you know, but I deal with them specifically. Now, I had two companies. I've got another one here, but I'll not get that one out. Two companies that I did. One was called NC something E, maybe NCE Europe, and the other one is Moorcroft. Both of them debt agencies. So I had two separate debts for whatever reason, you know, and got sent to these debt collection agencies. So now you can do this yourself, or you can learn how to do it yourself, or you can become a member of our site and get all of the information. Everything that you need is on our site, or you can go on to debt. What is it called again? Smasherdebt.com, and we'll even do it for you. So there's options. Okay. Now, if you want to do it yourself, right, you can learn it. It's very easy. Go on to. You should see Robert's products or observation deck, Robert, and go on and see. You've got like the debt bomb. Well, the main things are the debt bomb, commercial lien, and the masterclass. They're the three things that are going to get you out of the trouble that we're talking about. So anyway, right, and I do these notices and everything like that, and it's like, you know, they're always trying to threaten you and be nasty to you and aggressive to you and everything like that. All right, yeah, exactly, Marie. Filth. But anyway, this is funny. I should actually read it. Let's find the proper one and read it out what they said. You know, what's the date? That's got to be it there. Where's my bloody glasses? Now, because I'm doing these notices for you and I'm putting them on my website, and I do put them now and again into the Facebook group, right? So I'm not going to have like people's names, real names in. I'm not going to have real account numbers in or anything like that. So I try to be, I don't know what you would call it, like humorous, let's just say. So, you know, I call them like Mr. Scammer and stuff like that. And now my first one that I had put in, I had put Robin, as in like Batman and Robin. Scumbag, Robin, first name, Scumbag, second surname. Now, like on apparently somehow I must have forgot to edit the letter that I had sent to them, and was put in the director's name was Robin Scumbag, and I actually sent it to them at least one time, you know, which is quite funny because what I've done is this one, this actual the debt, they had tried to be quite cheeky and kept pushing and pushing, even though I had put in about like the contract, no blah blah blah, you know, they were quite aggressive with it. So I had put in right up to a notice of intent to prosecute, which is I tell them I'm going to prosecute you because I've got proof of everything that you've done. My next thing is the affidavit, which is going to state it, and if you can't rebut it, it's going on to an N208, which is the court claim. You know, I'm going to do this. It's ready. I'm ready to do it. I'm going to take 3 times what you say I owe. Blah, 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 blah. So they send this thing back and saying, oh, no, there's no need for that. You know, it's premature. You don't need to do that. Blah, 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 blah. And if you do stuff like that, we will be vigorously defending ourselves. And part of our defense is, you know, you use this aggressive and nasty language. And part of it is like on here, where is it? And it says you had put in brackets, e.g. Robin Scumbag. It's like, oh, so I was trying to check through. I couldn't find it. Oh, so funny. So funny. But anyway, the point I'm making, I have to say it again, where it says, right, okay. So, and it says, this is right, they've tried everything that they can. Now it says, based on your further communication, we believe that it is clear that you do not wish to enter into any repayment discussion. I do not wish to enter into any repayment discussion. This is what they're saying, right? With us regarding this account, and you continue to dispute the liability for this account. I dispute. Blah, 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 blah. We have been acting in good faith, blah, 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 blah. Instructions from our clients. There is an impasse here with regard to the account. We believe, therefore, listen, we believe, therefore, the most sensible course of action would be for the company, that's them, the company, to return the account to our client and to cease any and further activity in regard to it, blah, blah, blah. Anything else is returned to our client. Okay? So in other words, right, they're giving up. They're sorted it off. I've done the notices. I've done them correctly. I did number 1, number 2, number 3, what, you know, there isn't, I don't do a 3-letter system, 4-letter system. I do specifically, I do a DSR, DSAR, then I go letter before action, then letter to prosecute. That's what I do. That's what I'm going for them straight away because I know they're wrong. I know they're lying. I know they're thieving. Okay. I just thought that was so funny, especially the bit that the Robin Scumbag. But oh, come on, so good. But and I did. There was 2 of them. One of them was a couple of months ago, and they did it. They do exactly the same. If you do it in the correct manner, using the correct laws, you can't. Some of the DSARs online are rubbish, mate. I mean, rubbish. You can't just go send it. Oh, send me the contract. Blah blah blah. You know, don't send a bad DSAR. Send a good DSAR. So if you want a good one, right, you either on my site as a member, or if not, then go on to Observation Deck and get Robert's Books, which is the well, you've got the debt bomb and the commercial lien one, which do work together well, and also his masterclass, or masterclass, depends on where you live, about on the debts, because it's all fake, it's false, and you can beat them, right? But you have to do it correct. Don't use these rubbish DSOs. When they're sending you these things and all, it's like a template off the internet, and it is, right, then you're in the wrong. You need to get a proper letter and do it as a proper notice, and do it as a notice, as if it's from you, but using the proper laws and regulations. Don't just say, I need a contract, I need you to tell me this, I need you to tell me that, right? We've got it written out, and we're telling them on mine, right? These are like notices that we've got, right? We're telling them the laws are broke. We're telling them how we're going to prosecute them using their laws, their rules that they like. When they didn't make up, but was made up for them. All right, that is how we do it. Okay, so either learn it yourself or make sure that you can become a member to actually get in and learn how we do it. Or if you really can't be bothered, and do the debt smash. A lot of people can't be bothered with it. They've got jobs and businesses and lives and children and dogs and pets and shit to do. So, I'm not bothered doing that. Like, you go and do it. So there's a bum for every seat. Okay? What that means, a friend of mine used to sell cars. And I always said, like, who's going to buy that car? It's bloody awful. He went, no. There's always somebody who wants something. There's a bum for every seat. That's what he used to say. So there's somebody who's going to want to do it themselves. There's somebody who's going to want to learn how to do it. There's somebody who's like me, who's going to want to learn how to do it and help out other people and do it, even as a business, which is what it is. Or, right, I can't be bothered. Go out and I'll pay someone to do it for me. There's different people. Everyone's different. So we're covering all of the aspects there. Okay? So tick off what I was talking about. So I did the promissory note and the debt smash, and I have to watch the time because it's not about like Janine going and doing on the Zoom the same time as me. She does this spiritual healing, the energy healing, but I need to be with the dogs, or she needs to be with the dogs, because I can still hear them going mad, like the fireworks blasting everywhere. So, and one of us needs to be sitting with them, unfortunately. Okay, so now council tax. Yes, glad you said that, Dinebot, because I tell you what it is now. I was away in Scotland all week, and I didn't have any internet like last week or anything. Loved being up there, loved being in the hills and everything. It was right where I grew up. So we walked around the loch, and it was telling you if you go in swimming, you're going to die. And it did. Green algae, jump in, you're dead. But, we used to, talking about obviously like the 60s, we used to go swimming in it all the time. And right in the middle of the loch was Mary, Queen of Scots, was kept captive before they chopped her head off. But anyway, the reason why I'm saying it is I couldn't get any internet access. I couldn't get any what do you call it? The books that I was wanting to read. Apart from I did tons of work, all right, but nothing on the internet. It was very, very difficult to get any signal. I was literally sitting on an oven, the cooking thing, hanging out the window trying to get an internet connection. But if you want to fight council tax, I tell you what it is. I have went from heading this way, right? I have never paid anything, nothing, and I changed that this week. Not everything. I changed the council tax. Everything else I've never paid and I never will, and I've already got it sorted. I've got it smashed. Hopefully, it's all of the TV license and gas, electric, water. That's like, I'm not paying any of that stuff. That's like God gave me all of that. God, didn't give me a TV license, but I don't want to watch television. Television's shit, right? But I mean, you know, like I was given by God, Yahweh, Yahweh, whatever you want to call it, the creator, Big Bob, whatever. They've given us everything. We were created and given dominion over the earth. I don't care what shape it is, right? Whatever it is, but we were given it by the creator. So why are you going to pay for it then? Gas, electric, water, you know, no way, right? So anyway, the what you're talking about is all the energy. It's all yours. It all belongs to you. It's all prepaid. You paid for it anyway. They did your set a KV account. They paid for all of the utilities. So all of that is paid for. But council tax is a little bit different matter, and I'll explain why. Dominion, that's the word I was thinking of. That's right, Dimebot. Given dominion over the earth and all over the creepy things, although he probably never said creepy things, and swimmy things. All right, you were given dominion and flyy things. On the council tax, it's a little bit different because, and what it is, I'll tell you what now, how it actually works out. Now, I'm a little bit of an age, all right, and I can remember when I was in the Royal Navy, right, and when I left because I wasn't very good at taking orders, and I was in more trouble than I was, like, you know, anything else. You know, I wasn't very good at all. Didn't have an illustrious naval career. And when I left, we were right in the middle of, like, the mining strike, right? All orchestrated and illustrated by a man called Margaret Thatcher, right? Check it out. Hideous Baphomet called Margaret Thatcher. And she destroyed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people in a miners' strike. Purposely orchestrated to destroy industry in the country that she got put in charge of to destroy. Okay? Like Biden is doing now to America, he was doing to the UK in the 80s. So for absolutely no reason whatsoever, they shut down all the shipbuilding in the UK, where I am based, not based, but like, you know, like where I spent half of my childhood, let's say, you know, half in Scotland, half in the northeast of England, as in, like, I kept going backwards and forwards all the time. You know, this is the heart of it, was shipbuilding and coal mining, right? And steel, right? And they just shut it all. They shut it all. And they turned family against family. I know people now that still do not talk to their family because of the miners' strike. That was in 1984, okay? And the violence and everything that went with it, and how gleeful and how happy and how much overtime all the clowns and costumes got, and used to tease the miners that were like lining up at soup kitchens, you know, to feed the families because they never got any wages for over a year, you know. Anyway, so can't remember what I was talking about, I don't know. But like what we're saying is, because of the miners' strike, the whole thing was like they just smashed the country completely, all right, just for the sake of destroying the actual working people to get. And look what they do now. It's very similar, just on a bigger scale, you know. Hang on. So now, I forgot what I was talking about. I wanted to talk about like the 1099 and also like about how to write notice as a man, but I got carried away with the bit passionate about like the miners' strike, because I was actually here, and when I came back, all my friends were in it, and it was a lot of mess, you know, when we when I came back and seen it, I wasn't allowed to go on a what do you call it? What do you call it when you stand in the front? The striking and the picket lines. I wasn't allowed to stand on the picket lines because I didn't have a card. What do you call it? A union card. So I wasn't allowed to stand on the picket line, you know. But I used to go and help them in the soup kitchens and everything. It's very emotional, very bad. But anyway, yeah, council tax. So like, and I was reading Robert's book, and I was just talking about the reason why I was saying that was because Margaret Thatcher did that. She introduced the council tax, you know. So just in case you didn't know, you never used to have to pay this when it wasn't called council tax, and it was called poll tax. She invented the poll tax. It wasn't a she, it was a he. It was a hideous man. Margaret Thatcher, the baby milk snatcher. So I don't know if you know about that, but she also took free milk away from all of the children in school. Because when I was a kid, right, you used to get free milk when you went into school. You would get and they were only little bottles of milk. There wasn't a proper pint of milk, you know, and you would get this free milk. So this hideous man, Margaret Thatcher, decided that you know, the school children shouldn't get given free milk. So they stopped it all. Now, I think milk is disgusting. I've never touched milk for like, I don't even know how long, 25 to 30 years. You know, why you would like, you know, drink another animal's excretion from a tit is like beyond my comprehension, you know. But and then turn it into something else disgusting, like you know, how to make certain types of cheese. What they do is that they actually rip out the insides of other animals and put them inside the actual milk, and then curdle the milk and turn the milk into what they call cheese. You know, does that sound appetizing to you? But anyway, you know, I am going to talk about the council tax, but like, you know, this is not me being like, you know, some weird vegan or anything like that. You know, I'll tell you what it is. I was born in a slaughterhouse, right? I grew up in a slaughterhouse. I grew up like watching and helping animals get killed for this industry. I lived most of my youngest life in a butcher shop, right? Butcher shop at the front, living at the back, right? You know, so like, you know, I know everything there is to know about the meat production industry and how to do all the stuff, and actually helped all the school holidays. I was in there doing it, you know, all this disgusting stuff. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. But anyway, going back to the council tax, right? This book that Robert's got really woke me up to like doing it in a different way. So I've smashed it and like thought, right, now I've changed the accounts and closed the accounts and done all this and done all that. And then when I was reading about it and thinking, do you know what, I need to do it in a different way. The complete and utter explanation for insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting a different result. Now, everybody's hit council tax head on. Come on, let's go and smash it in there, right? So I did not exactly the same. I did the same way, and I had actually closed the account, and I did it with a private trust, and I did, but I was still getting a little bit of hassle from the council. And they were like saying, I need proof of this, need proof of that. But I had done it. And then I read his book and I thought, do you know what? I want to prove that he is right. I want to prove he's got something here. Right? He's very clever. He's very good, Robert. You know, observation deck. You best go check it out, honestly. But what he's saying is about, like, you know, stop them fighting you. How do you stop them fighting you? Now I've been a fighter, I've been a professional fighter, you know, and it's like, you know, and you think, you know, when you're going in, you know, and you want to try and beat them and you find out what they're best at and you always try and do something different, all right? And you never just do one thing, okay? You do more than one thing. You don't just come in and jab, you know, you come and jab cross or like uppercut and hook. You know, you try and work your way around and do different things that they're not good at. Right, where they're slipping underneath and come in from behind. This is what Roberts showed you, how to slip underneath their hook and come in behind. Slip underneath and come in behind. And I thought, that is clever. That is a good idea. So now what I'm going to do, use all of his information, right? Crediting him, telling everyone. I've got 2 cases. Mine, I'm going to do. I've actually, I'll tell you why I've done it. And another guy's, I'm going to do them together so that I have a comparison, someone else's and mine. So you've got to do it without controversy. So with the council tax, what I've done is I've actually paid mine. I know I paid it for a year, so I went and paid it the money, but it stops controversy. Nobody can accuse me of controversy, right? I'll go into that in a different video. It's equity. It's equity in clean hands is how they call it. But what it takes away all of their weapons, what they're good at, right? And again, I'll go into that in a different video, and I will explain it as we go forward with this case. And I'm going to do a live video commentary of everything. Well, you know, not 6 months of like nobody spoke to me, but as it progresses, what happens when they give me letters, when I give them notices, and we actually expand it to take them to court, because we want to take the council to court, right? High court, though, not this magistrate corrupt bullshit that they use. A different court, the real court, where we can actually put them in front of a judge. I still don't want that, right? I'd rather be in front of a jury of my peers, but we're never going to get that. So what we need to do is we need to put them in front of a judge who at least has to listen. And what they have to listen to is contract law, right? What I'm really good at, contract law. Okay? That I do know. So that's what, and when I read it, I thought, you know, what is that? Knowing contract law, but without actually looking at it the way he's looked at it, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to do mine and another guy's case, and I'm going to follow you through. I'm not going to tell you any personal details of him, but I'm going to do it so I've got 2 comparisons, and we're going to go through the whole thing and explain. Now, just imagine this, right? This is the good thing for everybody, right? All you need is one success in reality of case law, right? Now, we know that there's some people that have been very successful at beating the council tax, and all of a sudden they disappear off the scene. Now, I don't think they go murder them and bury them underneath the motorway. What I think is that they get paid to disappear and not tell you what happened, how they won. That's what I think, right? I'm not saying names. I'm not saying anything, right? I'm not talking about anybody that's well known or anything. I'm not accusing anybody of anything. So get that straight. But like people who've been successful and then get told to shut up, they get an NDA and they get a lot of money, right? And nobody would know about, nobody that was like famous, and nobody that's had tons of anything like that. But right, the what I'm going to do, because I'm not famous, right? I'm going to go through this and I'm going to actually document it step by step, right? So you're going to see everything that happens as we go through it. So I'm going to be using everything that the fantastic Robert has given us, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to show you all how I do it and how it works. All right. That's what I wanted to say about the council tax. Okay. What time is it? I think I've got about like 20 minutes. Okay. So the other thing quickly before I have to finish, where is my bit of paper? So if you hang on quickly. All right, cool. Now, when I'm doing that, by the way, someone says I want to take part. I don't know really what that means because I haven't looked at all the messages. If you want to copy and take part, this is what it's for. So I'm going to tell you if I won or failed, if I did, if I didn't, and I'm going to tell you what I did. Now you can copy it, right? And it's, you know, I'm just going to do it. I've bought Robert's book. I've bought everything that he ever did. But I'm going to use this one. I'm going to literally do a diary of how I do it step by step. So then you can read it, look at it, and say, well, I'm going to try and do that and do the next step and the next step. And I'm going to explain. And then you'll find out what worked and what didn't work and how we do it. And we are going to go after them, right, on contract law, which, like, luckily, right, with taught and contract law, I do know. I do. I'm good at, right? So I need to find my thing about the next thing that I want to. Oh, there it is. I've got it. All right, which is the. Oh, it's upside down. Right. So you can see this is a 1099 OID 2018. So I've worked out all of the facts and figures and everything like that. Boom, 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 boom. There's all the facts and the figures. I've got the forms, right? I have got my EIN number. I now need, right? I've got the EIN. I need a TIN, the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. All right? They were telling you he's a dead entity, works for nothing forever, and then he dies. Tin Man in the Wizard of Oz. I need a Tin Man. So I've got to get me Tin Man to go along with my EIN, to go along with my 1099 OID form. All right, to go along with all of these that I've been working out of everything that was like taken out of the bank. Now, the other thing that I need to do is I have a letter that was given to me by Anastasia. I hope that's her name. Now, with that letter, I need to go over it because there's a little bit about it I don't understand. Hopefully, I should get to speak to her. So what we'll do is we actually work out all of the facts and figures. Then we put this on in Tazadak's course. Tazadak's course shows you how to fill this in. And another one, which I can't remember his name. But anyway, I did it first with Tazadak, right? Shows you how to fill that in and tick the correct boxes. What I mean by that is, right, up here, where it's got void there, if you put the wrong, if you tick it, by the way, it's void. If you tick, it's got to be an X, not a tick. I shouldn't say tick. You know, and literally. So you got to be very careful. But once you've done the basics of it, then you send it off to them with the letter. The letter is very important. And all of this, and it's duplicated. It's duplicated. Look, it's like, you know, what do you call that stuff when it goes through? Carbonated or something? Not carbonated, but like carbon copy. And all of the facts and figures that are true. Don't lie. Don't lie about anything you're doing with the IRS in America. And because you're doing that, I'll also make sure you've done the UCC one as well. And you send all of that off to them with the request from the letter saying, will you please complete this for me? So that's what I'm going to do. Hopefully, right, it'll all be sorted, all be sent off. Now, apparently, I've got until the end of December. So hopefully, I'm going to get all this done and sent off, and I'm going to do it before the end of November. Now, Anastasia's done hers, sent hers off. She said she's done it and she sent it. She's done a letter, her own letter, done all the facts and figures, put it all in there, and she's filled it in. And all it said was she got a reply saying there's a delay because there's a lot of people wanting help. But they said, yeah, fine, we'll do that. So fingers crossed, you know, it'll do it for me as well. And I will keep everyone informed. They're either going to do something for me or they're not. If they do, good, I'll tell you. If they don't, good, I'll tell you again. So you don't have to bother doing it if they won't give me anything. So one way or the other, we're still going to get further forward. We're still going to get more knowledge and we're still going to know what's going on. All right? So is that good? Hopefully that's good, you know? So let's have a quick look. See if anybody's seen anything. I've got one more thing that I need to cover. That I want to say, and these are only touching on things, by the way. I've been so busy that I haven't been able to do like a really good video series that I was wanting to do to cover all these subjects. But I do like going live because I know people want to chat and see and what's going on. But right, I've got videos that I want to truly like pull that information in as well, you know. Yeah, no, YouTube's gonna kill me. All right. So the last subject that I want to cover, and it's about notices. And I've done a couple of notices for people lately, and I want really you've got to start thinking a little bit more powerfully, okay, about what we are right now. You got to remember is like you are powerful. You are powerful because God created you. God created you. God, Yahweh, Big Bob, the Creator, whatever. I don't care. Allah, whatever. It's not my concern. But even the universe, the creation, you were created for the essence of spirituality and pureness and brilliance. All right. So because you are, all right, and you're here. So you are the essence of everything. Where's my little pyramid? A guy that lives near here, and he makes these orgone pyramids. I'm pretty sure they're called orgone, full of crystals, and I keep it on the laptop to help like clear energy and monitor energy and stop negative energy coming in and everything that. But anyway, but look, on the pyramid at the top, you have essence, creator, God, Yahweh, Big Bob, whatever you want to call it. That is at the top. That is everything. All right. You can't be above God or Yahweh or Yahweh, whatever you want to pronounce it, and Big Bob and all that. That's there. Okay. But we're just underneath man, woman. We're just underneath. We're not down here. Right? See these scumbags and arseholes, they'll try and tell you that they're down here and like clowns in costumes and government and everything. This bullshit is up there. No. Yahweh. Yahweh, Big Bob is there, on the pinnacle of it, just is us. Just below is man, woman, creation, created in the image, created for excellence, created by it. We are it. Okay, so the when we talk to anyone, right, and you need to do a notice to anyone, you need to do it as a notice of a man or a woman. Now, recently, it's a very unfortunate thing happened, but if I had been able to be involved earlier, it would have been brilliant. Just unfortunate that I've been asked after an event, but I want to explain the event. Anyway, so it was a court case, which is like, these debt court cases, they're all fake, when these debt companies come along and say, oh, you owe us this money, you owe them nothing, and there's no contract, there's no agreement, there's no deed of assignment, there's no deed of novation, right? And we can prove all of it, but only if you know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what you're talking about, and you're just like, sitting in your house and all of a sudden something happens and you panic, right? Then you do things and you contract, right? You contract. Once you've contracted, you've got an itchy eye. I wasn't, you caused yourself problems by accident because you've contracted, But I want to tell you just how powerful writing the correct notice is if you write it correctly and think about it. So think carefully now what I'm going to say, right? And obviously I'm just going to talk, so I can't show you, but which is probably good because notices, and I mean real notices, I don't want to call people and say things are wrong or anything like that, but it's too many notices on the internet are incorrect and people copy it and it's like and they get stick back from these debt companies and from these banks and from these whoever, right? So anyway, you have to write it and you have to be thinking of you as I a man, I a woman, I, that's small, lowercase, not a big I. I, a man, I, a woman. And I want to talk to you. If I'm directing it to you, if you're watching now and you're the debt company, I'm talking to you. You know, you talking to me. All right. So anyway, I was dealing in a specific case. Unfortunately, too late, but I'm still going to push it. Right now, it's from a solicitor, a lawyer, whatever you want to call it, from your country, but here in the UK. And unfortunately, because they didn't know what was going on, they went and got taken to court when they didn't even know. And it's like the usual thing. It's an administration court. Nobody has to go. You get it stamped, a rubber stamp, blah, blah, blah. Now, a solicitor gets appointed to chase this up, right? And then this person, no, I shouldn't say a person, because they're not a person. I'm just trying to think of not say. Right. A man, he says, like, you know, I need help with this anyway. So I look at it and everything like that, and I write this notice to this solicitor's company, and I say to them as if I'm him. I didn't say that, you know, I wrote it. I said, look, you copy it as if it's you. This is the idea. You can't write notices for other people, but you can give them an idea and then they create them. A notice is very powerful. And you know, you can do it as well in your own handwriting. It does make it more powerful, by the way. It doesn't have to always be like this, oh, you know, I'm very clever, I'm very professional, I've done it on a computer. If you write it in your own hand in a blue pen, you know, it can make it incredibly powerful because it's really coming from the man or the woman, right? Anyway, so, and I had wrote on, you know, put it like this, Fred, right? That I'm just saying to me, I am Aunt Peter. Okay, so I'm telling you now to cease and desist. You, the woman. Sorry, I put greetings, a woman. What's a woman's name? Fredrina. Greetings, a woman, Fredrina. Sometimes acting as the woman, Fredrina, solicitor's assistant. So I've addressed her as the woman, I've addressed her as a job because she's a woman acting as something, right? So I'm telling her I'm going to talk to her as the woman and I'm talking to her as the man. Then the next sentence, I, a man, Peter, wish you to cease and desist talking to me because in a private matter, right, that is between whatever debt company it is, you know, you have no right to talk to me. You have no contract to talk to me. You know, if you continue this behavior, I will see it as a trespass against I. In fact, I wouldn't say I would, you know, it's always against I. Right? A trespass against I by way of harassment. Now, this might be a little bit flippant, and I haven't gone through all of the proper terms and terminology and everything like that. But I had done this anyway, and I'd sent it off there. Now, I tell you what, this solicitor's company had been very aggressive and very arrogant and very, my name is blah, blah, blah. And I'm telling you, I'm going to blah, blah, blah. And I'm taking this money off you because you haven't done this. And I sent it anyway. I said, look, do this. And they sent the notice off. Today, right, we received the reply, all of the solicitors' names, all of the assistants' names, any secretary, anybody who had put or signed anything had all disappeared off the reply. Now, you might not think that's important and you might not understand it. What it is, they do understand the power of the law. The law. Legal, lawful. They are legal. We are lawful. They know lawful trumps legal. As soon as we went in with the law, right, cease and desist, right, I a man, I a woman, talking to you the woman, talking to you the man, your name is acting as, and they know straight away. Now the ones that own the company are proper, like, in the law, and they go, we just need to get rid of this. So it was funny. It just went no more correspondence, blah blah blah, and it wasn't signed. Just all it had was the name of the company, of the solicitors, with no signature above, below, or anything. And it was just like, basically, because they know what they're up against now. So this is the power of proper lawful notices. You don't have to be all of this ridiculous, long-winded going on for about a year and a day on these notices. You just need to be correct and lawful and know how to address them correctly and lawfully, respectfully, but tell them also lawfully what you're going to do to them. Because a proper notice has to have, there's a difference between a notice and correspondence. You can't, if somebody does you a wrong, you can't just boom and say, I'm prosecuting you, which is what most people say. You have to go through a correspondence to say, look, this isn't right. I need to talk to you about it. And if they ignore it or they reply wrong, you move on to now I have to notice you. And then it goes on, and then there's 3 notices as you go up. They got stronger and stronger and stronger to notice of intent to prosecute. Okay? And we're talking about prosecution in an open court. An open court. No, I'm going to take you to a court, the court, a court, magistrate court, open court, right? They know they're in trouble. Okay? So, do you understand what I'm saying? No, you don't understand what I'm saying. Do you comprehend what I'm saying? So I'm going to put little bits out over the next few weeks, talking about how to actually do these notices and how to approach, because I've just done this a couple of times there and been able to shut down, solicitors companies, police, like really overstepped the mark. And now when they realize what comes at them, they step back and hide because they know that they can't. If you're dealing with the law, and there's law, like I was showing you. I wasn't showing you about, oh, look, I have got a pretty pyramid. I love it. But, right, they know they're down there where we're here, right? Well, we're this is my finger, right? Yahweh, God, Big Bob. He's there, Big Bob. We're just below Big Bob, all right? The coppers, they're not even fucking there, right? That's why I was showing you that. That's what I understand. That's why we need to get the essence, and that's why you have to try and hopefully listen to what I'm saying. I'm going to put it out, and I'm going to show you how to actually do these notices. You can't do a template, right? You can give hints and stuff like that, but it has to come from you. Because why? Because it's the law, and the law has to be expressed, very much like a trust, very much like a trust. A trust has to be expressed, as in it's an express trust. It has to be specific. You have to have an intent to put it in trust. You have to have an item to put it in trust, and you have to have a beneficiary, and you have to have them 3 things where it's clear and nobody can argue with. And it's the same with the law. You have to have the intent of it and the clarity of it, right? It's exactly the same thing, all right? And it needs to be expressed. It's the law of I a man. You say it, I a man, I a woman. Are you trying to trespass against I a man? Why are you trespassing against I a man? And do the notices like that. Okay. So I will put more out about that, about like the notices and everything like that, as we go through, and hopefully that you'll learn more. But anyway, I wanted to make sure that I got that bit in. I am just about finished because we have to swap over with the dogs. I've got to go downstairs and look after them, and Ginny's coming up to do some healing. Right, so you've got a minute or two if anyone wants anything specific to ask or questions. I do hope you enjoyed it tonight. Swinging any questions. I've got a minute or two. Clowns in costumes. All right. hopefully anybody had a good week as well. Hopefully you all had a good week. But last week, like I say, I was away, and when I come back, it was trying to catch up with everything because I didn't have the UCC1 is a filing form that you put in, and the 308 is a UCC1 directive. So find out. Well, hopefully, it's like, I'm there to help, and people help me, by the way. People talk to me, and I talk to people every week, and, I feel help from them as well, even when I'm helping them, So, exactly. See what Dimebar's saying, like, man uses the law, right? Corporations, they use legal. We don't want legal, lawful. We are law, okay? And it is all about God's choices, Cool, Wendy, good, excellent, love it. Good, send that notice off. Brilliant, Stephen, glad you enjoyed it. See you later, so I'm going to go. I have to shoot off. I've got to get downstairs, look after the little girl, the little tiny little Podenco. Mia, I call her Meadles. Janine says she calls her Mia Maria, but she's a beautiful little thing. Okay, so it's supposed to be tomorrow, the next members video. Tomorrow night at 7:30, and it's going to go over talking about the lasting power of attorney and how to do the forms. I forgot to actually say that, but anyway, it is tomorrow night. I forgot all about that. Yeah, we're going to look after them poor little puppies. All right. Oh, anyway, I've got to shoot. Because I've got to make sure I get down there and let Janine do her stuff as well. Okay. Look after everyone on her spiritual things. From Wolverhampton. Cool. Lovely. Take care, everyone. All right. So I'll be back on next week. And hopefully all the fireworks will have finished and everything. And we'll not have to worry so much about it. Okay, so take care, and I will be ending there, and I will see everybody next week, and we'll keep putting the content out there. Take care. Have a good